Your Volkswagen has been hiding something from you. That touchscreen you stare at every single day, the one you use for music, maps, and not much else, is sitting on top of a system VW engineers packed with features they never bothered to tell you about. It's called the MIB system, and most owners drive their entire VW for years without ever scratching the surface of what it can actually do. Think about that for a second. You paid for all of it. The hidden menus, the secret settings, the shortcuts that make the car feel twice as smart. It's all already in there, baked into the screen in front of you. You just were never handed the map to find it. And some of these features are the kind of thing that makes you stop and go, wait, my car could do that the whole time? We're talking hidden diagnostic screens that show you what's really going on under the hood, customization options buried 3 menus deep, and a few tricks that honestly feel like they should have been front and center from day one. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 12 of these hidden MIB features, the ones worth knowing, the ones that actually change how you use your VW. Some are buried by accident, some feel almost intentionally hidden. By the end, you're going to look at that touchscreen completely differently. Let's get into it. Feature number 12, the customizable home screen most people never touch. Let's start with one that's hiding in plain sight. Every time you get in your VW, you're greeted by that home screen, the main menu with all the tiles for navigation, media, phone, and so on. And here's the thing, most owners assume that layout is fixed, like it came from the factory that way, and that's just how it is. It's not. Your MIB system actually lets you rearrange those tiles, swap them out, and build a home screen that fits the way you actually drive. If you never use the phone tile, but you're always checking your fuel economy, you can move the stuff you care about front and center and push the rest out of the way. It turns a generic menu into something that feels like it was set up just for you. On most MIB2 and MIB3 systems, you get to it by pressing and holding one of the tiles, or heading into the menu settings where it'll let you toggle which widgets show up and where. Some newer models even let you split the screen and pin 2 things side by side, maps on one half, your music on the other, so you're not constantly bouncing between menus while you drive. It sounds small, but once you've set it up the way you like, you genuinely feel the difference every single time you start the car. Everything you reach for is right where you want it, and the stuff you never use just stops getting in your way. It's the kind of thing VW should have walked every owner through on day one, and almost nobody ever shows you. Feature number 11, sound focus, the audio trick almost nobody finds. Here's one that's been sitting in your sound settings this whole time, and I'd bet most owners have never even seen it. It's called sound focus, and what it does is let you tell the system exactly where in the car the audio should be centered. Think about how you normally listen to music. The sound just kind of fills the cabin, balanced for everyone. But what if it's just you in the car? With sound focus, you can pull the entire soundstage toward the driver's seat, so it feels like the music is dialed in specifically for where you're sitting, not spread evenly across 4 empty seats. Suddenly, the vocals sit right, the balance feels intentional, and the whole system sounds noticeably better without you touching a single EQ slider. You'll find it tucked inside the sound or audio settings menu, usually shown as a little seating diagram of the car. You just tap which seat you want the audio focused on, driver, front passenger, or the whole cabin, and the system rebalances everything around that spot in real time. Some of the nicer setups even let you fine-tune front to rear and left to right on top of it. What makes this one great is that it costs you nothing and takes 10 seconds, but it completely changes how your stereo sounds on your daily drive. A lot of people spend money chasing better speakers when the system already had a way to make what they've got sound dramatically better, buried 2 menus deep where they were never going to look. Feature number 10, the App Connect setting that unlocks wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Most VW owners know about App Connect. It's how you get CarPlay or Android Auto up on the screen. But here's what a lot of them don't realize. Depending on your model and software version, you might not need that cable at all. A good chunk of MIB2 and pretty much all MIB3 systems support running CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly, and the setting to turn it on is sitting right there in the App Connect menu. It's just not switched on by default, and nobody tells you to go looking for it. Once you flip it on and pair your phone over Bluetooth and Wi-Fi the first time, your phone connects on its own every time you get in. No more digging for a cable, no more worn-out charging port from plugging in twice a day. You get to it by opening App Connect in the menu, then heading into its settings, where you'll find the option to allow a wireless connection and manage which devices are paired. The first setup takes a minute because the system has to establish that Wi-Fi handshake, but after that, it's completely hands-off. You sit down, the car starts, and your phone's already on the screen before you've pulled out of the driveway. There's also a hidden bit of housekeeping in that same menu. You can clear out old paired devices, set your phone as the priority connection, and stop the system from constantly trying to connect to a passenger's phone instead of yours. Little adjustments, but they're the difference between App Connect feeling seamless versus feeling like it's fighting you. Feature number 9, the voice commands that actually understand plain English. Most people press the voice button once, get a clunky result, and never touch it again. But the MIB voice system is smarter than it gets credit for. You just have to talk to it like a person instead of a robot. Instead of memorizing exact phrases, you can say things naturally. I'm cold, and it'll bump the climate up. Take me home, and it pulls up navigation without you tapping a thing. Call plus a name, and it dials straight from your contacts. On MIB3 systems especially, it handles full sentences and even understands follow-up requests without you starting over. You trigger it with the steering wheel voice button, or on newer cars, the Hello Volkswagen wake word if it's enabled in settings. Once you realize it actually gets what you mean, it goes from a gimmick you ignored to something you use every drive. Feature number 8, ambient lighting. You can actually customize from the screen. If your VW has ambient lighting, there's a good chance you've only ever seen it in whatever color it came set to, and assumed that was that. But the MIB screen gives you real control over it, tucked inside the lighting settings. Depending on your model, you can pick from a range of colors for the dash and door trim, set different shades for different zones of the cabin, and adjust the brightness so it's not washing out the interior at night. Some setups even let you tie the mood lighting to your driving profile, so the car greets you with your color the moment you climb in. It's a small thing, but it completely changes how the inside of the car feels after dark, and most owners never knew the menu existed. Feature number 7, driver profiles that remember everything for you. This one's a quiet game changer, especially if more than one person drives your VW. The MIB system can store individual driver profiles, and most owners never set them up, or don't realize how much they carry over. A profile isn't just seat memory. Done right, it remembers your radio presets, your navigation favorites, your paired phone, your home screen layout, your ambient lighting color, even your climate settings. Select your profile, or on newer cars, just let the system recognize your key or phone, and the whole car reshapes itself around you, exactly how you left it. Where it really pays off is a shared car. Instead of constantly undoing each other's settings, you each get your own clean version of the system. One tap apart, you set it up in the menu under Profiles or Users, name it, link it to a key or device, and you're done. 2 minutes once, and the car handles the rest from then on. Feature number 6, the hidden driving stats buried in your trip data. Most people glance at their fuel economy number, and that's the end of it. But the MIB system is quietly logging a whole layer of driving data underneath that. And there's a screen most owners have never opened that lays it all out for you. Dig into the trip or driving data menu, and you'll usually find more than the basic average. There's often an efficiency breakdown that scores how you're driving, charts that show your consumption over time, and trip memories that track separate logs. One for your current drive, one since your last fill-up, and one long-term running total you can reset whenever you want. Some systems even break it down by how much energy you're driving, your climate control, and your accessories are each using. It's genuinely useful if you're trying to save fuel, because you can actually see what's costing you. Heavy acceleration, short cold trips, climb it running full blast. Instead of guessing, the car shows you. You'll find it in the menu under trip data, driving data, or efficiency, depending on your model. And most of those screens can be reset with a long press so you can start a fresh measurement anytime. Feature number 5, gesture control you probably forgot you had. On a lot of newer MIB3 systems, there's a feature most owners try once and completely forget about: gesture control. The screen can actually read a wave of your hand without you touching it. Hold your hand up near the display, and you can swipe through menus, skip to the next radio station, or track, or move between home screen pages with a flick. No fingerprints, no reaching all the way over. It's handy when your hands are busy or the screen's a stretch from where you sit. You turn it on in the system or display settings under gesture control, and a small icon pops up on screen when it's active. It won't replace tapping for everything, but for quick skips and swipes while you drive, it's smoother than it sounds. Feature number 4, the online navigation extras hiding in your map. If your VW has connected navigation, your map is doing a lot more than just drawing a line to your destination. Most owners just never switch the extra layers on. Buried in the nav settings is a set of live online services that turn the map into something genuinely smart. Once it's connected, you can pull up real-time fuel prices and sort stations by what's cheapest nearby. See live parking availability and pricing as you head into town. Check current weather along your route and get traffic that actually updates instead of guessing. Some systems will even show you the price of charging or fuel right on the map icon before you pull in. You'll find these toggles in the navigation or online services menu, where you can pick which layers show up on the map. Flip on the ones you care about, and the next time you're driving somewhere unfamiliar, the screen's already answering the questions you'd normally be hunting for on your phone. Feature number 3, your car is secretly a Wi-Fi hotspot. Here's one that surprises almost everyone. A lot of VWs can act as a rolling Wi-Fi hotspot, and the feature's been sitting in the connectivity menu the whole time. If your car has a built-in data connection, or you've got a SIM slot, the MIB system can share that signal with every device inside. That means passengers can connect their phones, tablets, or a laptop straight to the car's network. No burning through anyone's mobile data. No kids fighting over a hotspot on a long drive. The car becomes the connection for everybody on board. You set it up in the Wi-Fi or connectivity settings, where you can switch the hotspot on, name your network, and lock it with a password so you're not sharing with the car parked next to you at a red light. It's the kind of feature that's genuinely great on road trips and completely invisible the rest of the time, which is probably why so many owners have it and never know. Feature number 2, the hidden system menu that tells you everything and checks for free updates. Tucked away in your settings is a menu most owners have never once opened, the system information screen, and it's the closest thing your MIB has to a behind-the-scenes panel. It tells you exactly what software your car is running, which version your maps are on, and whether there's an update waiting that you've been missing out on. This matters more than it sounds. VW pushes out software updates that fix glitches, smooth out the interface, and sometimes unlock new features. But if you don't know this menu exists, you'd never realize there's a newer version sitting there for free. People live with a buggy, laggy screen for years not knowing a 5-minute update would have fixed it. From here, you can see your current version, check for available updates over Wi-Fi on newer cars, and confirm your navigation data is actually current instead of years out of date. You'll find it in the Settings menu under System, System Information, or Software Update, depending on your model. Even if you just open it once to see what your car's running, it's worth knowing it's there, because this is the screen that quietly decides whether your infotainment feels modern or forgotten.